Jumping right into a codebase feels fast, but building a complex feature without a solid architecture is a trap. Codebases are highly interconnected. If you start stacking logic without a clear foundation, one unexpected edge case can collapse the entire structure. HTML Planner provides an alternative to that risk. It turns a simple text request into a fully documented, interactive technical plan. This happens before you even start writing a single line of code. Today, we are going to use the planner to design a robust CSV export feature. By the end of this session, we will have a complete architectural roadmap, mapped out right down to the data flow. Taking 5 minutes to collaboratively map out the architecture up front saves significant time on structural rewrites and debugging later. Let's build it. Every successful feature starts by clearly defining the core requirements. You need to tell the system exactly what you are trying to achieve. For our CSV export, we type our specific needs into the prompt box. Above it, we activate the Ask Me Questions, Diagrams, and Suggestions toggles to create a two-way planning environment. Finally, setting the depth to Standard balances high-level structure with technical detail. Configuring these specific parameters enables the AI to act as a proactive technical architect, drafting a plan that follows your stated requirements. Complex feature requests inherently contain architectural ambiguities. If an AI blindly guesses at those critical details, the resulting foundation may not perfectly match your existing system. The agent pauses to resolve a crucial detail: which timestamp to use for our date filter. Since processing time matters most for our dashboard, we select Analysis Completed At. The planner ingests this choice and immediately begins finalizing its base logic flow. You can see it mapping out the required database queries and checking for necessary dependencies in the background. Resolving these queries early locks in the database query plan. This surface-level validation helps catch core logic errors before they become embedded in the code. With the synthesis complete, we have our generated blueprint. Before we move toward implementation, we need to verify this initial multi-phase structure. Looking at the left sidebar, the plan breaks down back-end and front-end phases. In the primary flowchart, we trace the execution path from the API endpoint through the background job runner and down to the front-end React query hooks. Taking a moment to visually audit this flowchart ensures that there is a shared understanding of how data will move across the application stack. Now that the high-level flow is verified, we need to inspect the specific technical constraints the planner established for the backend. Because we requested free-form column selection, the planner identified a SQL injection risk. To solve this, it generated a strict column allow list policy, immediately rejecting any unapproved columns to seal off the injection boundary. With the core requirement secured, we can look at how to scale this feature. The planner also generates optional enhancements that expand on our initial prompt. In the Suggestions tab, we check the boxes for saved export presets and Celery infrastructure promotion. Then we hit Update Plan in the sidebar, weaving these scaling requirements directly back into the architectural phases. Pairing strict constraint auditing with these specific scaling suggestions ensures the final plan accounts for both security vulnerabilities and future infrastructure needs. The planning cycle is now complete. In just a few minutes, we have constructed a detailed roadmap that accounts for specific scaling and security edge cases. We can verify that all 7 steps of our roadmap are generated and pending our approval. The final step is to push this verified blueprint forward and initiate the code generation phase. An interactive visual planner removes the ambiguity that often stalls development. Securing the architecture first provides a verified baseline to guide the implementation phase.